So I've always known that I have a type of reputation with babes' friends. This is how it works. In cut off nose to spite in face.
A policeman grabbed me out of the middle by the back of my shirt and pulled me out. I'll say you fit a description.
He's just dark skinned.
Isn't
That's
it?
the description.
Next question. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Roman Reason. On today's episode we'll be discussing a topic that I don't know. Liz hasn't shared that with me yet, so you'll be getting my unedited response and reaction to whatever the topic is going to be.
Yes. So this is a topic that I feel like we've discussed a little bit of. I try not to discuss things too much prior to filming. We probably talked about it here and there one and two times, but I want the conversation here to be natural and genuine and not like practiced, you know? So I've always known, and I don't know how many of the women out there have, or men, whomever, have experienced this. So I've always known that I have a type of reputation with babes' friends. I know. I can tell by, just the energy that I get from some of them. And also, like, he's made mention sometimes, of this. But I have a reputation of, I'm so controlling. And I basically dictate his life. I don't know how many of you guys out there, ladies and men, how many of you feel like you have that reputation with your significant others, friends? I'm telling you, the control freak in this relationship is not me. I'm a type A personality kind of girl where I like things to be just so or perfect, but I'm not a controlling person, and he's certainly not somebody that can be controlled. But I have 3 or 2.5 theories of why that is. And I just want him to explain to us why he thinks they feel that way, and then I'll tell you my theories. You tell me, babe, why do your friends think I'm so controlling? Do you think I'm controlling?
Alright, first of all, I feel like you're insinuating that I'm some control freak. Now, I do like when things happen the way that I want them to happen, and at the time when I want them to happen, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a control freak. Now, here's the thing, you see me, my friends are, for a lot of better term, typical Jamaican men. I was a typical Jamaican man at one point, where we believe, say, at a man, for the leader and take charge in an area, one could just follow instructions and, provide, play like a sidekick backup role. So, if you're a Jamaican, you're led to believe a certain narrative, basically. And my brethren, them, all fashion Jamaican man, you see me? Military man, them man, them man, they are manly man. Them man, they are manly man. Them man, they are manly man. You see me? So
why do you say manly man?
Yeah, because I don't go flower, type. You see, because that's how we go. We go rough, we go hard, not in a certain aspect. You see me? So it hard for some of them accept certain things, because You're all my position on things changed over the years, you see me? I've always been on team or in a team growing up.
Yeah.
Right through high school, from grade 8, I was on the cricket team, go straight up to sixth form. And then I was on club cricket teams outside of that. I played the business league as well, so I was playing for Scotiabank cricket team. Then there was some Popo cricket team. I've been on a ton of cricket teams growing up. So I've always been on a team or in a team. And I've had the privilege to lead some of these teams.
Is this why you're controlling?
I don't think I'm controlling. I think I like things to work, how they should work, when they should work. And I'm not saying it always does because sometimes it doesn't. But point I'm making, I'm not controlling. People would think you are controlling because you have a strong personality. Because here's the thing with Lex, right?
Why do I have a strong personality?
Hey, when I first met you, you were like, this is what I want. If you can't give me this, go on your wheels.
That's not a strong personality. I'm very direct. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I'm not really a sugarcoater.
Yeah.
I've practiced over the years to be very sugarcoaty because I feel as though that's how you need to be in corporate America. I think that that's how you need to be, honestly, when you're in America in general, because a lot of the times, a lot of people I've interacted with, they can't really take the honesty, the kind of honesty that we dish out in Jamaica. Like, you know how we're just very direct in general in the Caribbean. I don't think a lot of people can take that. Because they can't take it, you have to kind of, shift a little bit to acclimate where you are. But in general, if I'm not in the corporate world at work, or if I'm not dealing with somebody who I find to be hypersensitive, I'm very honest and upfront. But I'm not, I don't think I'm controlling. I don't think I have a strong personality.
I don't think you're controlling, because I'm going to say this from the get-go.
Didi, do you think I have a strong personality?
Because anybody who knows me and knows me well, nobody can force me for nothing when me don't want to. It's just not possible, because once my mind lock up to certain things that
it's not even if his mind lock up. Let me tell you something. In cut up nose with spite in face, he will be doing something in the middle of doing something that he actually wants to do or he doesn't have a problem doing, right? And make somebody go tell him or make him feel like say them and force him to do it in the middle of him doing it. He's not doing it anymore.
Let me give an example.
And I learned this just from observing him being in the army. If I didn't observe his reactions and behavior in the army, I wouldn't actually know about this until he moved here. But just the way how he deal with people and how much trouble he used to get into, I can realize he don't take instructions or he don't take people trying to force to do something. That's how he is. He don't take control very well.
As far back as high school, even further back than that, primary school, I was like, when you do something on teacher, I tell you if you apologize, I would never apologize.
Yeah.
You can't force me for it. Because when I was younger, I was more honest and true. Because if I wasn't sorry about something, I would never say sorry.
You're so honest.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, no, I apologize for something I don't mean it.
You do? I don't do
that. No, I say I can't. I'm like, just like when I grew up. Remember the first time a girl called me and tell her something, I love her. I didn't mean it. I had a hard time doing that. Yeah. When I actually go home and I practice for 2 weeks, I say, I love you. I don't mean it. Said it, but you guys still ain't there with me. But that's a different story for a different time. You see me, but yeah, let me get an example. High school, 8th grade, English PE. That is literature, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This is when I just started getting introduced to literature.
Yes.
And the first book was Romeo and Juliet, which point literature for me. I'm a straight A literature student. No. When I was in school, straight A's, never failed at English.
In which school?
University, college.
I thought we were talking about Jamaica school.
No. I'm getting to that because I stopped doing literature from grade A because of Romeo and Juliet, because I couldn't understand what I was reading. Yeah. Every time I read a sentence, I have to go to the back of the book to figure out what this dude was saying to this girl. As a matter of fact, not this girl, because Romeo and Juliet never spoke to each other. They spoke to everybody else except for each other, which was my problem with literature at the time. So I remember I got up in that class and I looked at the literature teacher. I said, listen, that subject that we are teaching make no sense. I am not doing it. And I walked out of that class. English B is one of those mandatory CXC subjects.
Yes.
I did not do English B in literature. It was required of me, but I didn't do it. I didn't show up for the exam because I didn't think it was important.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was necessary.
Yeah.
And no matter how people are telling me, "Oh, Dre, you have to eat that." That's just one example of no. If we don't want to do
if he
something,
doesn't
you
want to
can't
do
get
it, you
it.
can't force him to do it. There's nothing you could tell him to convince him. You can't. You might be able to cajole him to do things, right? But you can't force
Cajole?
him. Yeah, like you
What the hell is cajole?
sweet talk you
Like,
and gaslight you and stuff like that.
Like some sexy time type shit.
Like make promises and stuff, but you cannot be forced.
So yeah, basically, like I
There's
said, you can trick with other things. All right.
Yes, you can be tricked, but you cannot be.
But I don't like how that sound. That still kind of make it sound like you can try, like you trick me. But here's the thing. But here's the thing that my friends them are. Let me not say my friends them because they don't all share that idea sentiment of you. One or two might. One did, but we had a reason the other day and I'm like, yo, bruh. But like me I see things on a different level now because I'm sure my reason because here's the thing, as we grow up, we need to grow. We need to let go of a certain mentality. Mature or whatever. And then sometimes you the individual can't say certain things. There are some barriers for whatever reason. Just all the way you think is a barrier blocking you from seeing like the opportunities, the path. It was just something that she could see. Like the importance of me going back to school, the importance of me joining the military because when I left school, I had 6 or 7 CXC subjects, all 3s, right? But there was nothing else. Like I didn't have a plan, couldn't afford to go back to university, so I was just home for a year.
You didn't know what you wanted.
Yes, I was home for a year. You know, I worked at a hardware store. I worked at like a little graphic designing store, but these weren't jobs that anybody could be in, right? I learned a lot working at the graphic designing store.
Yeah, but it's not, when you say you mean like it's not something to grow
from. In, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make no money.
It's like a
you
dead
can't,
end.
yeah. We don't want to say dead end because, well, the hardware store, complete dead end job. No movement for growth. I was working in the hardware.
In the what?
The hardware store.
You were working in the what? You said you were working in the
I was working in the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like a warehouse attendant, cleaning up stuff, packing this and all that something there. Then one of them I stack the box them in the back of the car when the customer them come and when the big boss have him shipment them and containers come in, we'll drive good on the port or whatever and unload the trailer. Yeah. Dirty work, man, I tell you about. Dirty work. So there was no growth there. Did that for almost a year. Ended up joining the military because it makes sense. Because I was making like $500 a week back then. 5 bills a week. Me and my Reggie Mark a 40 pound, 5 bills a week. Mark can tell them, Mark tell them in the comments. 5 bills a week. Because Mark did not go university at the time. Yeah. So my friend group was with me and him and me and make money, 5 bills. And I like that we are party plan and everything and still I try to squeeze for me a bills or 2 bills. Now it make no sense, you see me? So we thought about joining the military, ended up doing it, and as much as I have my differences and bad experience with the military and one of the best decisions that I could have made. But at the time because me a yardian, because of my experience with soldier, born soldier, can't do that.
I think particularly because of your, you always tell me because you're dark skinned. There's a lot of colorism in Jamaica and you got a lot of a big run of that. So you had a negative experience your whole life. So you were naturally exactly.
Example. I'm in sixth form. I give 2 examples. I leave sixth form. I'm in sixth form. We're leaving Spanish Town, heading towards town because we're going training at Kensington Cricket Club. Reach town and we walk from the bus stop to the club. As a group of 4 or 5 of us, right? Yeah. We're in our sixth form uniform. So white shirt, tie, tucking, everything needs, you see me? Because we are a club. And the thing with them cricket club, you have as a schoolers, you can't just show up, you have to dress properly,
Yes,
appropriately.
cricket is a gentleman.
It's a gentleman's club, so they enforce certain things. Cricket, when I play cricket match, a knife and fork can't use when at lunchtime. That's how me learn to use knife and fork.
Yeah.
You see me? So anyway, we are walk go, and like me look raggedy and look like that.
Yeah.
Me not a bad man. Me don't even look like me a bad you either.
You're just dark.
Me just black.
You're darker than your friends.
And I kid you not, I'm in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And a policeman grabbed me out of the middle by the back of my shirt and pulled me up. I'll say you fit a description.
He's just dark skin.
You see me? Next example. In a Portmore, I left from Portmore Mall, I go back home. Police and soldier have a vehicle checkpoint, which is weird because I've been in so many of those when I joined the military. But anyway, I'm in the car as a passenger. I am literally in the middle. You know, Jamaican taxi stay 4 and back. So you have 1 decimal, 2 decimal, you see me. I mean, I use them time, so I'm mark and then I middle. The policeman stopped the car. Him look at the front, like literally look at the front, look at the back, and then point you, come out of the car.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. You have some older, you have some older Jamaican woman there.
They'll stand up for you.
Them start, you're not killing to them. Him fit a description. So,
yeah.
is it because
a lot of profiling purely based on skin tone, not skin color, because you know most people black.
But then black like me,
dark,
you see me?
Yeah, the darker skin tone.
So, like me, have a whole heap of them experience, and we can tell you so much more.
So you had a negative experience
growing up,
and didn't want
if you tell me about police and soldier, you see me? Remember one time we were in a joke with my friend, we were joining the police, but then when you join the police, I cut you off.
Yeah.
I'm breaking my mind time, like, that's how we as Jamaican, we think, you see me? So, and then keep in mind, you know, me never have a father figure where I teach me and show me certain things, I teach me to think certain way, you see me?
Yeah.
So, when I get older now, let's say I tell them about giant police and giant soldier. I say, what you tell bad man?
I wasn't trying to control you, but I was trying to find a path for you. Because at the end of the day, I always wanted the best for you.
Yeah.
Once we started talking to each other and I saw that you're a good person, I just wanted the absolute best for you. I wanted you to have a foot to stand on, and I felt like what you were doing at the time wasn't giving you the foot to stand on that you needed. And you had such big dreams. You wanted to, help your mother so much, and the path that you were traveling on wasn't going to get you there. And at the time, I didn't see how you were going to get there the way I was trying to get there. So I was like, let's try to maneuver and make the best choices. I wasn't trying to control you. I literally was just trying to put you, help you, to show you the direction. Because that's one thing I feel like I've learned about you, is that he is a dreamer. He has very big, not expectations of the world, but he definitely, if there's an idea that, to do something, he has it in his head.
Yeah.
He has all sorts of things that he wants to accomplish, but he also has all sorts of ways he thinks might work, but he never takes that step or doesn't know how to take the step. So sometimes it just takes a little nudging and a little, hey, what do you think about this? Or a little encouragement or something to get him moving. And that's what I was giving you. I was just giving you that nudge because I felt like all the things you wanted and all the things that you were thinking in your mind, you just needed a push. I wasn't trying to control him. I promise, friends, I wasn't trying to control him.
You know what is funny? Alright, so the type of person I am, right? And like Les just said, I'm kind of like a dreamer. Like I'm the type of dude that like we still understand like have these big, not just big, but just like big picture kind of thing.
Yes.
The detail part of it is where I fall down. You see me?
Yeah.
Which is why me being a part of a team kind of helps to change started to change my mindset a little bit.
And the army kind of is a team.
Yeah, not kind of. You operate in a team.
Exactly.
As a military man, foot soldier, my work on a daily basis was being a part of a team.
Yes.
You see me? And this is the thing with me.
And you are a leader.
Yeah.
Just like you were trying to explain just now, you flourish in a team, but you're also always like you have a leadership personality. So that's one thing. Like once you get into that team arena, you step up and you're like.
So it's not even like oh, let me try to take over.
No, I think. Well, I don't think you want to take over. I think you naturally
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Like if I
respond approach.
yeah, because let me show you a minute. An example. Military training, basic training. When I the 6 month training that I did, we lost our first instructor. My platoon is not my platoon. My little section, my little group lost her instructor pretty early in the training. Maybe first couple of weeks.
He lost, like he left or he died.
No, not died. He died.
Like lost.
So he left because of whatever reason. So we got a new one. Then he got locked up after about 2-3 weeks. Another funny story. But anyway, so we got a third one. Night was my general. My daddy.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, my daddy that. You see me? And the very first night, when he came, he didn't even show up. He sent instruction to us saying, "Listen, get my box and things. Them pack out him in little cabinet closet thing that we have in locker and set up in bed and everything because we are recruits. So
yeah, it's like a hazing.
Yeah, that's like hazing.
That's hazing.
It's not hazing.
Okay.
They use it to do whatever they want to do. You see me?
The entire experience is hazing, but whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, the man them decide to them not do it. Them allow them bed. Cause them tired. Everybody frost. We not sleep. You see me? Some say all right. When you go up on the rest.
Yeah.
And we start it out, I'm up anyway. So I go to books and I start out the thing and the night was a man where we dressed like a recruit just to come try and catch us to go on. So like,
I like his style.
Yeah. So he was supposed to come the morning. Like, man show up around 2 o'clock in the night, bro. Night darkness, the man just appear.
AM?
Yeah, in the AM just appear. So I come to him and say, recruiter, you wanna do this? So I say, yeah, the rest of the man them frost, so I tell them to just, catch a 5.
You told them?
Yeah?
You told them to do that?
No, I never tell them that, but I can't tell them once they want them to them now. I do it.
Oh, okay, so you just covered it.
Yeah, so I tell them, say, yo, man, tell them to take a 5 and me will box this off.
Okay.
So I say, alright, go and do your thing. And because of that, I got squad captain.
Okay.
So I was squad captain for a majority of the 6 months that I was in training. And I saw me look out for the man them because that's how I am. I try to help people around me.
I know. You are definitely a leadership type of person. You also respond to people who maybe they need support or they're not able to find the help. You respond very well to that. And hold on, let me just explain this. The way how he's such a leader, like in this team that we are, him and I, or even just the whole family, he's a phenomenal leader that way too. Now, sometimes I gotta like reel him in because he sometimes has this way where he tries to talk to you like you're his personal assistant. and it's not in a negative way because I love that he takes charge because I'm very type A and yes, I do want things just so. But I feel like outside of us, I always try to step up, like, at work or whatever. I don't know if I'm doing that so much now because I'm kind of just easing off of that. But even in school, like I was always the one leading the group projects. And then outside of that, even within the family, I'm very organized. He's not organized at all. So I'm always the one who's scheduling things, setting up things. I have a calendar for every person in the family.
That's detailed.
Very detail oriented. So those things I take charge of.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily the person who's leading the team. Even like or finances, it's everything comes together. We have both our incomes all in one, and then
that sparked a big conversation with me and some friends.
We put them out in terms of this goes to the billing account, this, and then we have our little, separate account where we, it's good for gift buying. Yeah. It's good for if you don't have to come together and say I'm taking this out of the main account. You just do your thing. Yeah. So in that respect, I'm also not necessarily controlling it. We're putting it together, and then we both are dictating where it goes, and doing it as a partnership. So I just really, it blows my mind that people think I'm controlling, and I agree with you in what you're saying and on why, but I also, added to that, I have maybe like 2 or 1.5 things to add to, but go ahead.
I was going to say that it's funny that one or two of my friends then would say that you're controlling, and that might have just be a result of, because when many of my reason we might say, we might share some stuff, nothing too personal, but like you bridge them some more time you have reason man take home, so you just say we have joint account and then everything going, and then we kind of split out. So my man then believes that my money, so a woman should never know how much she make. That's one thing that I was taught personally. A woman should never know how much money you make.
Yeah,
you see me?
I've heard that.
Yeah, and stuff like them thing there. You see me? And the funny thing about it, as I got older, my mindset kind of started to shift differently. Because here's the thing: even though I was raised to think a certain type of way. I never limit myself to certain things because I was always meeting different people. Because with each of the teams that I was in, it wasn't just one set of people.
Different personalities.
Different personalities. And the big thing about it is like, as closed-minded and as closed off as I was still willing to listen to different people's opinion on stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I'm the type of person who can sit down and kind of
funny you said, I don't think that you are closed-minded. You are, you're not one of those people who just hear something and you're changed.
No.
But I do think that you've always been opening to listen to something that's different from you, even if at the end of the day you don't end up agreeing with it, or it doesn't change your mindset. So you're not, I don't know that you're as closed-minded as I've experienced
some people. No, because here's the thing. I will take information in and I'll sit with it and I'll mull it over and see, okay, is this something that, measure blends with who I am, who I want to be, and the directions that I want to head to. Because even though I'm not good with the finer details, I have a broad overall image of where I want to end up, what I want to be. You see me? The big picture. The finer details what escapes, which is why I need a partner who, the final details, that's where they take charge. Now, this is where the team dynamic come in, because in a team, you don't want everybody to think the same, be the same, move the same, do the same.
Yeah.
Because then there's no growth there.
Yeah.
And in a team, and then nobody in the world is going to be exactly the same. There might be a lot similar. But when I'm putting a team together, and I put several teams together, I want people with different attitude, aptitude, people who think differently, who approach the same problem but from different angles, right? And the thing about it, in that sense, you want to ensure that the best person for the job is in charge of that thing. And this is how this team works. Mm-hmm. So it's not that you are controlling or you are forced me to do this. No, you are better at some things than I am. And God knows I've learned the hard way. So when it comes down to the finer details, I leave it up to Lacey, because she's better at doing that. No, it doesn't mean that if she's down and out, I can't step in.
Yeah.
Because in a team, if somebody is down, you have to kind of pick up the slack there.
Yeah.
And which is what I try to do for my friends, because I've always said to them, I wish for to have a Lacey.
Aww.
Yeah, I've said it to them. Because I was fortunate to find someone that compliments me well, you see me, who is strong in the areas that I'm weak in, but also help me to kind of strengthen myself in those areas and also strengthen, my other attributes or whatever, you see me. So what you do for me, I try to give back to my friends then, like I try to give them good advice when them ask me based on just our interaction and how you do. So, which is kind of funny that they would think that you're controlling. Aww. But like I said, when I'm bridging them with my reason was a year or so ago, he was of that opinion as well. But I laughed with the man, leave me and say, dog, me a roll with this girl, I'm kind of rate her, and then based on just the reason me have, but kind of see how my interpretation of all this was different, because it's just about a partnership, and that's basically what it is. It's just unfortunately that some people in Jamaica who are Jamaicans, the narrow-mindedness and the darkness, not some Bridget narrow-minded, but some of them dark your friend.
Yeah.
You see me? The darkness just thick, bro. You see me? And I want to learn. People now will accept certain things until I'm ready. But
Yes,
that's it.
exactly.
So stop arguing for fun.
Exactly.
So if I want to feel say you're all this, I control my life. Well, think about it. Think the way you want to think. At the end of the day, where I'm at right now is because of the help, the direction, the advice, the guidance. If I stayed the same, if I didn't grow, if I wasn't willing to take certain advice, then at the end of the day, Lacey didn't force me to go back to school or force me to join the military. She gave me her advice, and then it was up to me now to decide whether or not if I something I want to do.
And I feel the same way. I feel like if it weren't for you, the thing is, I never had those big, enormous dreams that you had. I feel like that's what I took from you. Apart from just chilling out and stop being so type A and not everything is a panic situation energy, because I really would, I used to be such a panic.
You know what
work type of person.
How I found you was to be a perfectionist.
I was a I mean,
but
capital perfectionist.
But the beauty in life, though, the beauty in life, people, and like take my word for it, is in the imperfection of certain things, bro.
Yeah, and I don't think that I would be where I am if it weren't for you too, because like just even having the kids, I can't imagine having that perfectionist energy and going these little rambunctious girls. I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
Kids are not tidy at any age, you know? And things change at a whim. And when you're just so rigid, it just doesn't work out. It's that energy doesn't work well when you have children. Yeah. So you've helped me that way. You've also helped me.
I'm flexible when you have husband.
That's
especially one like me.
But also you've helped me to just have bigger dreams and reach farther and not just limit myself, because I felt like I just decided this is the limit and that's where I'm going and I'm not going beyond that because whatever. When I met him, he just gave me that fuel, that big dream, big ideas, energy, and that's really why we're where we are now, because I just never would have thought this. I think I would have already been back in Jamaica if I never met you. Yeah.
And that's what most everybody find that compliment, so you see me?
Yeah.
Like, the two can't be a dreamer.
No.
You see me? You need somebody to have the dream, and you need somebody to help guide the ship towards that dream. You see me? The person who is very detail oriented, the person that will keep the dreamer grounded and help them understand, say, okay, you have this big dream. No, we gotta put the work into it.
Maybe we could take these steps.
And then take the steps, because that's what I was always missing, the steps.
Yeah,
I just couldn't figure out what the steps were. I knew what I wanted.
Were like, I'm stuck.
Yeah, so guys, it's not about whether your wife or your husband is controlling, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you do have some people there who are like them control every second. The next person,
unhealthily.
Yeah, no. It's about.
I don't think we have that.
No, it's about giving advice. It's like, okay, let's sit down. Let's have a discussion. Where do we want to be?
And staying on the same page.
Yeah, like on the same page.
So I have my own theory, and you've talked about some of them. But let me tell you guys something. I think another part of why he has friends and family members that would think that of me is this. So one, people grow and mature at different rates, and everybody is at a different stage of their life. I think when I think of friend groups, each friend in the friend group isn't always in the same stage of their life as the next person. And I feel like that's what one of the things, this is my first thing and I have another thing, one of the things that separated you from the group is that you are a family man now. When I first met you, we were 21 years old. You were going out and yes, we were 21. I did all the calculations. So we were both 21 because we're the same age. Or actually you were 20 because I met you earlier in the year and your birthday's at the end of the year. So you were 20, I was probably still 20 before our birthdays even came. And so you, even though you had these dreams and stuff, you were living that 20-year-old in the streets life. Like you were going to parties. And remember, you weren't partying as a teenager in school. You
No.
didn't start doing that till you left school, so
I
you
was
were
going
like
wild.
losing it. Like
Yeah.
you were going crazy.
'Cause
Unlike me, I was going to parties in high school.
No, them party
I
I'm
was
gonna
going to
feel.
parties to the point where after a while I was over it. I was not interested, but you hadn't gotten to that
No.
level of your development yet, of your growing.
I was,
so you were wild.
I was a pure,
And-
unfettered.
I think what
Individual.
happened is that some of your friends are probably still in that stage, that party stage where they want to go to parties or they want to go to this dance or whatever. You are not there anymore.
No, honestly, like I did, cause
And when, hold on,
Mm.
and when they try to reach out to you to say, hey,
let's do it.
let's do this, it's not that you don't want to be around your friend and hang out, but that's not
Not
your
the scene,
vibe anymore.
yeah.
You don't want to be in that type of scene. Exactly. So then they interpret it as, gosh, she must be keeping him locked up. But I'm not. It's just that you guys are in different stages of your lives. You are very family oriented. You're very chill
Oh
now.
my, yeah,
You're
just so
just,
chill.
you said to me, you're like, listen, when I go to these parties, it's the same music all the time. I'm just not into it
It got to a
anymore.
point where I was seeing the same people.
This-
and,
exactly.
Yo,
The
Tom,
sameness
we don't see you last week. Yes, because in Jamaica, the party them on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's the
Hey,
sameness of it that I got tired of very early when I used to go to different parties or
Mhm.
whatever when I was in high school. So I started to feel like it was just such a sameness and I was over it. And I kind of grew out of that stage even when I was leaving high school. So I never had that. By the time you're 20, 21, you're doing that. I wasn't doing that anymore. I was over it.
No, I left high school when I was
Yeah, but I don't think
17.
you were even doing much
No,
right
no.
after high school.
No, because so when I left high school, that's when me and Mark started linking again. Mark, bridging from primary school.
Oh, so
but-
that's before me then.
Yeah, it was before you.
Okay.
Yeah, because Mark went to Meadowbrook, I went to St. Catherine. Yo, me and Mark, we tight in our
Yeah.
primary school from 4th grade right up to 6th grade. You see me? But then through the split, there was a break.
Yeah.
So closer to the end of high school now, me and him start link back because, we find out, say, yo, him live at Pines, and then we start got a youth club up there. So we start link.
Yeah.
So when we left high school now, I was home. Nothing I really go on,
Yeah.
so with a link Mark and, Mark Daga, you we at the time, so my time with the upper you, so whenever you and normally have whole parties
Yes.
too, you see me? So with that, you
And
would
that's
party.
how I met you. I met you like literally going to all these university parties.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to say, don't go to these parties.
Yeah.
If you go, we're not together. I was in my own zone.
Yeah.
I was focused on school. I'm like, just live your life. The energy I was giving off is I trust that we are in a level of our relationship where you would come to me about anything.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to be controlling or give you ultimatums. I didn't care. I was so focused on just what I was trying to accomplish. I wasn't even
And here's the thing, like,
on that energy.
At that time too, I was even more like, there was no giving me ultimatums at that
Yes,
time.
I don't think so. And I didn't
It wouldn't
try.
have worked.
I never even
Wouldn't
tried,
have worked.
so it doesn't
Because
matter.
I'm more like open to things now
Yeah.
than I was back then.
Yeah.
You see me? And like just start earning come money in my pocket because we have look jobs here and there and everything. So yeah, we have got party, we have got them time they dance we go.
Yeah.
So all over Portmore, we're all over the country as a matter of fact, because
Yes.
sometimes we roll the man them got
You were
country,
everywhere.
gonna party
Yeah.
and all them something, you see me? And so you're right,
You
no,
are
I'm at the stage in my life
You're
where
not there. You're not
before when the last stage of the army, like a year or two before I left the army, a year after before I left, I was like, yo dog, and then the policy wasn't me, dog.
Yeah, you
I
started
was
to get tired of it.
yeah, I was more like, I got a restaurant and go hold on 1 5, drink a 1 beer.
And you started to think more about those big dreams that you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
and how you were gonna
Like, what we
achieve
do.
them. And that's kind of where,
That's
where
where-
you diverted.
That's where school started to drop in now,
Yeah.
because we start take a stock of thing again. Me I make decent money.
Yeah.
Not enough to help my family the way me want, set me up how me want. And then I'm seeing stories of men after them do them 40 or 20 years in the army, them up on the road run taxi or I'm like, this is no more.
You started to say that and you were verbalizing that, like, I just want more out of life.
More.
And that's where school
came in.
Because before when I met him, he was like,
no,
and if you go back to our video where we talk about how we met, he used to tell me all the time, I'm not foreign-minded, I'm not all of them foolishness, right? So when he decided that, you know, I would try this because I love you and I want us to be together, and I was clearly not going to come to Jamaica anytime soon, let's try this. And I introduced like, hey, what do you think about school? Because that's how I came here. And I found that transition to be good. It's also just good to have a plan when you come here. If you don't have a plan when you come here, I'm telling you starting over, which is what most people have to do, not everybody, but a lot of people have to start over. It's a lot more difficult. So that was the plan I introduced. He didn't have to follow it. I just introduced something that I was already used to and I had already done and kind of understood. And thankfully, eventually he said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So he started doing his prereqs and stuff there, and the courses that I told him that, listen, those will directly transfer and it would make your life a lot easier. Sorry, my
so this is what I'm seeing.
It's heavy.
So this is how I look at it, man. People sometimes mistake guidance and advice for control.
Yes.
You see me? And then worse if, because I would like after a while I don't want to leave my yard. I remember the first party that I went to when my virgin father moved from a fire. I couldn't hear for a week after that because me is a ring.
Yes.
And it was the most annoying.
I remember that.
I'm like, we never go nowhere again.
You said that. So listen, I have the other thing that I wanted to say is why I think they feel that way. I think it's all his fault. Listen, I have been eternally scapegoated whenever he doesn't want to go and do any of these things with friends and family. Sometimes I don't even know. I will literally show up to the event, a next event that we go to, and a family member or a person would say, oh, how was the exam? And first I'm thinking, like, I like stopped school 6 weeks ago. What is this person talking about? But I can't say that because I catch on like he's done scapegoated me.
I feel like you've done that
I've never
before.
done that. But hold on, let me tell the people. So then the people that ask me, oh, how was the exam? And first I'm thinking, what are they talking about? So I get a little confused because they try to explain themselves. Then I catch on like he has scapegoated me to use me as why he didn't go to some event. He never even told me it was happening. So now I gotta play like I know. Oh yeah, I mean it was just. It was hard, man, and I really needed the time, and I had to really shut down and like focus. And mind you, I finished school a long time ago, or this class a long time. And the class probably didn't even have a final. I tell her, say,
what I used a lot was your work because
yes, he used that too. Like, oh, she's working this weekend.
Or blah, blah.
He would just use a lot of things, and if I knew about the things, sometimes I'm actually telling him, yeah, why don't you go? It's particularly now since we've had the girls, I try to tell them, you gotta go, you have to give them experiences. You don't have to wait for me if I'm working or whatever. Don't let it be that, you know, you're not going because of me. But he still does. He still does it. Now, granted, recently he did do an honest one where yes, I am not as mobile as I
and Avery was sick that
and Avery was genuinely sick and on the nebulizer. So that was true. Whomever he used that on for whatever event that did happen. But for the most part, I'm telling you, he uses me a lot. Even when his friends call him and he'll be gung-ho like, yeah, I'm going, whatever. Then leading up to the day, he starts saying stuff like, babe, you know.
Sometimes it's a vibe that. Sometimes you have to spirit in the
and he doesn't want to go. And I'm listening to him like he's trying to convince me that he shouldn't go. But he's really trying to convince himself.
Enough time. And even before me and you start in certain way. Enough time we have plans to do road. I mean a beard, my clothes laid out on the bed. And the man say, yo dog, you ready? And me just, dog, you know, say you're rare or something come up or me just pretend to be asleep.
But now there's something that comes up is me for the girls. And that is why I think his friends think that I control his life. Listen, friends, listen. If you want to hang out with your friend, stop inviting him to clubs and parties and all of these excessively loud events. Don't invite him.
Look what's a nice place that we have.
Don't invite him. Listen.
Chew some chicken
exactly. If you want to see your friend, I'm not holding him captive. He's holding us captive. Come to our house, right? Fire up the grill.
We have a how much that is.
We have a bunch
Yeah.
of liquor here. Whatever you're
Yeah.
into, I will buy. Tell me, and we can accommodate all of your likings and everything. You throw on a little FIFA here and there. Come over to the shed or the bar, whatever this is called.
Classy.
Hang out,
Not that
reason.
class.
And you know, the only contention I really know about between you and your friends is that they think you're a bandwagonist in terms of this FIFA thing and
No, not FIFA,
all
football.
of football. You're a bandwagonist and
Football.
them
But it's a
don't
different
agree
story.
with a Messi something and thing. But aside from that, I don't think there's anything else that you guys are contentious with. Come and discuss it over here. This is what your friend
Yeah,
likes
it's-
to
yeah,
do.
it's
Stop
about it.
inviting him to the parties. He not coming. The reason is because somebody is sick. I'm not allowing him to do it, and it's not because those things are actually happening. It's because that's what he's telling you. Okay, stop inviting him, please,
But, yeah.
because I'm innocent. Okay, I'm just here minding my business.
But you know, like I'm at that point right now where honestly, if someone wants to say, yo, let's say I run things, man, it's fine by me. Believe what you want, believe. You see me?
I don't want people thinking that.
Yo, honestly, like you know what I mean. I don't know why it bothers you, but
I do not control because I don't control
yeah,
things.
you know that. Me know that. That is all that matters. If anybody else wants,
You don't mind they think that because you will continue to use me to scapegoat.
Listen, she tell me which brief and dress to put on sometime. You see me? She pick up my clothes.
I only do that if
You
you're
don't.
torn up.
Well,
Cause he be keeping some toe up stuff.
you got like one, maybe
So
two.
listen, the last time I threw away his stuff, you know he was so mad about it.
Dude, it was very functional. There was nothing wrong with the drawers. Maybe there was one or two.
Nobody
ones,
drives
that's
nothing up well in there.
fine. That was like the nighttime one. You see me? Or you know, in the yard drop. You see me?
That's equivalent to granny panties.
No, but yeah. I mean, I got nothing else. I don't know if you got nothing else.
I have nothing else. I'm glad I got to make that public service announcement.
Oh, the tip dress.
No.
Oh.
No, about the fact that I'm a scapegoat. And I don't do, most of the times I'm not doing anything, okay? The only thing I would complain of is if something is genuinely happening and I'm like, hey, do you have to do that this weekend? Can you guys like push it to this time? It's better for the family. But outside of that, I'm not trying to hold your friend hostage. He is free to go. In fact, I feel like we're being held hostage because now he thinks he doesn't have to go on vacation. He doesn't have to do nothing.
Bro, this is a nice property.
It doesn't matter, but I don't want no little scallywag, little jizzies, no little crosses boy picnic come to my little cute little pin of them and come try things that them can't frighten them. I want them go to another world and experience things. We gotta go on vacation and go places and do things so that when these little boys come up to the door, they don't think they can impress them. So no, we cannot vacation at home.
No, got it.
We gotta go out.
But
Help me, save me.
alright, so that is all for this episode of Roman Reason. You see me?
Yes.
History being controlled by less. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who really cares?
I care. Okay, I care.
So,
it matters to me.
Thanks again for tuning in. Please like, share,
And subscribe to
and
the
comment.
channel.
You see me? And
Please.
again, as always,
Comment, even if you think that it's gonna offend us.
Yeah.
Try to not, swear and all that stuff because we will definitely delete those. We're trying to have a community where we're not swearing at each other and cursing and all that stuff. But even if it's a strong opinion, put it in the comments. We are not going to take it down. Don't offend anybody.
Yeah.
Use your discretion, okay? But leave it in the comments. If it comes to your mind, ask us a question. Tell us what you want to hear about next time.
I'll see you guys in the next episode. Big up on yourself.
Bye.
We out. Oh no. We out.